Hey guys, hey Stuart, Adam, Mark, g'day. Mark Osborne, hello. Tea and Biscuits, g'day. Um, yeah, no, it's 8 o'clock as normal here in Queensland. No daylight saving, so that didn't worry us. But may worry others. Bridge, g'day. Um, what's happening, everyone? If you're anything like me, probably not very much. I've had a bit, not done as much as I could have this weekend, to be honest. Fridge turned up Saturday night. It's Dan from Dan's Shed. If you don't know who Fridge is. Yeah, I think we've sorted the internet problem. Sorry about that last week. Apologies to start with. I think we'll start with that. Sorry, apologies for last week. Hope no one went back and tried to watch it because it was terrible. But we got through. Judyman and Randy, g'day. So Fridge turned up. Dan turned up on Saturday night. It wasn't exactly an early night, I don't think. Did a lot of talking, and as normal. Sunday morning we went and had a look at a tractor. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I feel unsure about a tractor. It's a Ferguson TF20, which is the Ferguson 2800 weight tractor. But the diesel version, the early diesel version, with the gas starting and the Cannon crankshaft bearing system. So we got it started momentarily, but had some, like the lift pump to the injector pump had some issues and stuff. Anyway, watch this space for more information on the Ferguson tractor. Anyway, that's what we did. And then went and saw another mate for a bit, and then Dan took off home, and I come home on the scooter because that was in the back of the van, so we only took one car. Oh, back of his bus. And then Monday, I was feeling a bit out of it all day Sunday, actually. I really wasn't feeling like I was 100% there, but Monday, terrible migraine. So I spent most of Monday in bed, which is miserable. Didn't do much on Monday. Tuesday, I got in and had a bit of a go. I guess, I don't know if I did a lot, but I got a little bit done. Dan Shed, yeah, sorry. The answers to anything, but tea and biscuits. Editing a video of the museum from the weekend. That sounds awesome. So anyway, finish this up anyway, this side, sort of. This gives you some idea. I don't think the light's real good in here. and the camera doesn't show it particularly well. It is a, I don't know, the colour on this camera is not all that good either. Anyway, got in, did this, finished this and this. Raymond, good day. So this is one side done, and probably I'm going to get some business cards printed with that on them at some point, if I can work out how to get it from that to a bit of cardboard. I sort of feel like it probably wants a telephone number along here, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm not sure if it will. I might sketch it out and see how it looks. Sort of got it marked out for a bit of pinstriping and scroll work on the top. Pretty relaxed. Got this end sort of, we can't see that, sort of marked out for let's have a look. Still can't see that really. Sort of marked it out for a garter, sort of insignia sort of thing. Something you see pretty regularly on trucks and steam engines and so forth. Haven't even, oh crap, that's getting heavy. It's got some stuff in it now. Haven't even looked at this side. Got no idea what I'm putting on here. Yeah. Spelling mistake. Paul, good day. I know I did at least one spelling mistake engraving today, but I didn't pick it up because that's how it was written down, and I didn't notice until after I was packing the note sheet away. But anyway, not sure what to do about this. Still thinking about it. Anyway. And this side's sort of 100% happy with it. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it's not terrible. So that one's done too. Didn't do a particularly good job of getting it centered, but if we fold the door down, probably fixes that problem. Anyway, there we go. So that was, sorry guys, that's what I did on Tuesday. Anyway, that was my weekend really. That's it. It's all over. Probably going to put my Instagram on it. I don't know. I'll have a look. There's probably 1,000 things I could put on it, to be honest. And we'll see. I mean, you could have it never finished, but the reality of it is it's going to get paint splashed all over it in another two years, and I'm going to do it again, and it's going to be better next time. So at this point, we're going to live with it. Old Iron Shops, g'day. Hope everything's okay in Northern California. It's a few years old now. Anyway, that's what I've done. That's probably the total limit of what I did this weekend. Hi, Nigel. So whatever else everyone else up to, because that's covered my weekend. QR code's not a bad idea either. I'm probably going to put a phone number here. We'll see how that looks. I'm not sure really. I'm not feeling that, but we'll see. I've got we'll see. Because this is probably going to be my business card art at this point, and probably there's a reasonable chance that something like this is going to be my van art as well. We'll see how it goes. Not going to hand paint a QR code that works. It's probably something I'm not going to do. Get a bit of distortion there too, because I don't really have a camera that will take a decent picture of that. I might get out in the sunlight and see what I can do, and then try and transfer it across. Mark's got almost everything out of the container in the shed. That's awesome. Nigel's got actual files on his die filer, which is also awesome. A QR code probably isn't going to happen, but probably, yeah, I've got some thoughts. I'm not completely destitute of ideas. I've got other jobs to do too, so we'll see. Tea and Biscuits got a video coming up, apparently, which is awesome. What else? Didn't see one. Thanks, Dan. We might do that. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. We'll see how that goes. I might just put phone number on there digitally afterwards. Video out yesterday on the new mezzanine build from Journey and Randy. You should check that out. I'll be going to check that out. This will be coming with me. Now let's have a talk about the itinerary for the next few weeks, which is fairly current and something all we seem to do is talk about his itinerary around here. But this next weekend I'm at home, I believe at this point. I do have a gentleman coming on Sunday for a bit, I think. So there's that. The one after, I'm going to Grafton, to Fridges, to test in the roller before the road run, which is the weekend after. So next week is a short week. Gosh, I don't even know why I'm coming up to work Wednesday. Not sure why I'm coming back up to work Wednesday, but I think I am. That's a bit strange. I've got to come back up anyway, because I've got a stationary engine paint job to do at Ipswich, which is a northern suburb, on the 23rd, which is the Tuesday. So I've got to be back here in Brisbane anyway to do that. It's a little sandwich, or a big sandwich, stationary engine, 4 horsepower sandwich, hit and miss engine that no one can buy decals for because it's a pretty rare beast. So it's got basically a sandwich style. If you Google it, you'll see what it's like, in sort of a lemon yellow. But anyway, not quite that yellow, but it's sort of a lemony colour. And a pinstripe around the top. So looking at the hopper, it was probably, this is the trouble with something like this, is that it ends up getting written on. The hopper's probably, the side of the hopper's probably about that big, and it's got sandwich on there, and then it's got 2 pinstripes around the top on each side, and then it's got 2 pinstripes at the front, and then there's a line around the head, I think. So that's a job, that's a paying job to do for a gent. Get that sorted, and then Wednesday I work. Probably Wednesday night I'll be heading back to Grafton. So there's a bit of driving around next week, that weekend. And that weekend's our road run weekend. So anyone who's keen on a road run around Grafton, I've said this before and I'll say it again, get in contact. Let us know. Tell us. Come and see us. So, yeah, it's a pretty straightforward little job. It's all just one colour. It's lemon yellow with a sort of a, he says a black line around it. I think a black line's going to be a bit severe. I think we'll probably mix up some either some dark, probably a greeny black. Oh, man, it's dark green. It's Australian. Thanks, Peter. The Australian idea of restoring a rare engine is to paint it dark Brunswick green, whether that's the colour or not. So it is a fairly rare engine, and he's rebuilt it from the ground up, which is quite an effort. But it is dark Brunswick green, which I don't believe is probably the sandwich colour, but the gentleman's a colourblind, he tells me too. Not a bad idea to move it up there on Friday afternoon. We'll see how we go with it. But half the fun's getting out to the road. So either way. Then we've got a road run. Still 1,000 things to do before then. Like honestly, there's 1,000 things to do before then. Should get some of them done at least. I've sort of running on a pretty tight schedule, but we'll get there. So there won't be a lot of workshop time. This next weekend, I'm probably going to do a bit more on this box. Whether I actually go up to the foundry on, I don't know if I can bother actually. I could go up to the foundry on Sunday or Tuesday this coming weekend, and I've got a little job up there to do too, which is a paying job, which is just a little 600 by 600 sandwich board sign, which is nice because there's only one of them and I can do what I like on it. I like that. So that's starting to come together. If I could get a couple of jobs like that every fortnight, I'd be pretty happy. We'll see. But that's the end game at this point. It won't be going up on Sunday because I've got a gentleman coming in here on Sunday, but it might be Tuesday I could go up. I could probably, I don't know if there's a lot of point in that because I'd have to, I could get a start on it, but that would be about it. Anyway, thinking out loud there. Okay. Progress on the Bay of Peacock engine. Gentleman we visited on Sunday is the gentleman I bought the Bay of Peacock off. He tells me that there was a number on this casting. I haven't had a serious look since he told me that. But can't see it. Can't see it. There's honestly so much to do. I should get in and finish that before we go down for the road run and have that there. I'd like to get on and do that. I'd like to get that running. Yeah, John's a good bloke. We had a good visit with him. It's some fun. And yeah, it's good to just have a day out from the usual crazy get in and do stuff sort of at a weekend. So that was fun. He sold a Marshall traction engine to Tasmania recently, an 8 horsepower Marshall, which is a fairly rare one because it's a left-hand drive too, I think, which isn't very common. And a friend of mine or an acquaintance of mine in Tasmania is actually started on the major restoration. I think he's got the front wheels back on it and stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's just an aside. Gosh, Adam's had problem with motorbikes. Looks like he's got that sorted though. Yeah, Fridge, I didn't realise how few left-hand drive Marshall 8 horsepower traction engines there were in the world. But anyway, it's not a very common thing. Really would like to get that plate on the engine before the road run. Now, I've got no idea what's involved in that. I really haven't given it a lot of thought. Feeling like we might have left our run a little bit late for that. But anyway, I'd like to get it on at some point. Also got to get this sign that's leading up here, which says slow vehicle ahead. Or our vehicle ahead, which is probably more fitting. Got to get that on the back of the Land Rover as well. So roller's right-hand drive, which is a little bit unusual. A roller is handed because if you roll on a road, you want a vehicle that you can actually see. But about the only thing that really dictates is the side that. So the reason a roller is handed is because in different countries they steer the roads go different directions. So you want to be on the right side of the roller or the left side of the roller or whatever, so you can actually see where you're going, and so you can follow an edge, etc. I'm not sure how much is in that, but traction engines are basically tradition governs which side they're governed, except it's a special order. It's the left-hand side. I don't know why. Too much front brake on a wet grass going downhill on a postie bike. They're not. not the world's best off-road vehicle, to be honest, a step-through bike of any sort. Anyway, I guess it's important to say the crown of the road has been rolled. That's the tricky bit. Rolling a road with a crown in it with a 3-point roller is a lot more difficult than anyone might think it is. I'm just going to put that out there, that it's not a very easy thing to get your head around. Just saying that. But anyway, there you go. So, has anyone else had a motor accident this week? There we go. Who else has had a motor accident? Not even sure if he was wearing pants, to be honest. It was that stage. If you get on the thing, it's usually at that stage of the night. You don't get on it if you're in any way about your right mind or sober. Or you don't realise that there's so much loose cowling and stuff on it that you've got to sort of hold on to stuff to stop it falling off. And if you've got a beer in one hand, it makes for... There will come a point in the experience where there's not very much... You've got to think about which bits you're going to hold on to. There's a story, elderly agricultural gent that we used to know in Tasmania, who was not simple, but he certainly had he wasn't an academic sort of gentleman. Anyway, he was riding a bike, and with his little brother, who's also elderly, and he had an irrigation pipe over one shoulder, which not a bad effort on a push bike anyway. We're riding an irrigation pipe on a push bike on a country road with an irrigation pipe on one shoulder hanging over, like with one arm over it, and like a 5-inch aluminium irrigation pipe. It should have been 6 meters long, I guess, something like that. And riding his bike with the other hand. And his brother said, I bet I can make him fall off his bike. And we're like, there's no way he's going to fall off his bike. Anyway, I won't even say anything, he says. So anyway, Jim waved, and of course he wouldn't let go of the irrigation pipe, so he picked up the other hand to wave back and fell off his bike, which was... It's one of those things that in hindsight, you're still not sure whether it was actually funny when it happened or not, but it was certainly made a profound sort of a impression on me as a young person, because he definitely fell off his bike. So that was how that was done. And what made me feel like sort of the things you don't factor in is that it probably, if we knew that was the outcome, then it wasn't the first time it had happened, which is a bit strange. But anyway, it's one of the most dramatic push biking accidents I've ever seen. So I don't know if he was a simpleton or he was a fool. I think he was probably yeah, he was country. Anyway, I think that on corners or I think that if you've got a balance like you're a bit top heavy on the bike with a pipe over one arm, probably it doesn't take very much to disturb your balance, or if you're not actually got any hands. Anyway, that's it. Didn't drop the pipe. So there's today's crazy story from my youth. It seems to be becoming a habit, but I apologise to anyone who. Some of them may not be as politically correct as they could be. Did I see the Ruston and Proctor portable converted to a traction engine in Berrybeck Steam and Classics? I didn't actually. I saw a video of it from the footplate. I didn't actually go and look at the website. It was on my list of things to do tonight, to be honest, but I haven't done it as yet. Hey, James. George at that point would have been the other side of 60 when he fell off his bike. So, and it wouldn't have been a very modern bike. It was probably a steel frame Malvern Star or something like that from the 60s or 70s. I think he wouldn't have had a new push bike for many years. And most of the farm hands were driving ATVs and motorbikes and things by then. Anyway, so that's that. What else? What else? What did I see on YouTube? I watched a little bit of YouTube on Sunday night, Monday. I sort of watched a little bit of YouTube when I was feeling a little bit better. A very good channel I follow by a girl named Becky Giles. I don't know if anyone's seen Becky Giles. I'm not sure Becky Giles is really most people's style, to be honest. She reminds me a lot of my sister, to be honest. Becky Giles is a cattle truck driver in the UK. But she's visiting Western Australia and learning about merino sheep and cattle trucks and things. So probably, and if you're looking for something to watch when I'm not making videos, no one else in this channel is making videos, you should probably, that's one to check out. There was one from Itchy Boots, as always, somewhere in Madagascar. There was one from Steph and on sheet metal milling, which actually was quite informative. They always are. I think what practical use of his video is that content going to be for me? But then I sit down and watch it and I think, geez, I enjoyed that. So you should always watch the Stefan video, whether you're actually going to use it or not. I saw one from Nigel about diafiling. That's looking really nice. Who else did I see a video from? I don't know. What else did I watch? Tom someone? Oh my gosh. Tom someone, who's riding a unicycle across Latvia. It's one of those very good world adventurer sort of channels. I started following him when he was riding a unicycle around the world. So all that sort of stuff that I watch when I've got nothing else to do, or when I'm trying to procrastinate doing other things. A leadership and management crap for uni, that sounds fun. That doesn't sound fun at all, to be honest. It sounds pretty terrible. Printed this last night. There you go. Didn't take long, really. No, you need more warning than that. I can't remember. Tom, someone, I can't remember either. Anyway, it's not important. Which is really only a template to draw around for this end here. For belt and garter, belt and buckle. Just interesting use for a 3D printer is to make a stencil. I thought it was interesting anyway, and it's honeycombed out to cut down on filament, so it took what, 3/4 of an hour to print with input shaping on the Prusa, but could go and do something else while I was doing it, and I've got that for good now, and it's easy to hang up. So there we go. Don't know what else, really. It's 1,000 jobs I should be doing and I haven't been doing. I haven't even looked at this. I seriously haven't even looked at this because James will ask. Haven't looked at this. This is on and the paint's not even really dry. It's still wet enough to leave a fingerprint a week later. So this is going to take a bit of doing to dry this off. Hope it does dry. I might just put another coat on it. That might dry a bit quicker. But I've decided to put 2 brass top hat inserts into these holes, right? And then 2 captive nuts in the back here. And then I can drill and tap that on there, and we're going to leave this as 3D printed plastic, right? Because like someone said, you can't see it anyway. And then we have this aluminium piece with the same shape cut out in the back, see? And we're going to drill and tap that and put that on there. So that's going to be fairly lightweight and good and strong, I think. Peter's posted something there. I can't see what that is. Dream catchers. How to make dream catchers. Probably. But thanks, Peter. So that's the go with that. And then the box will sit out here nicely, and I think that'll sort of look like it's part of it. And there's enough clearance under here. Haven't even looked at this. It's still hanging where it was last week. That's how much I've used this lathe this week. It's a whole lot of nothing or not at all. Poor old girl could do with another coat of paint all over. It may happen at some point, or it may not. James's YouTube. Yeah, is there a new video from James? I'm not sure I saw that, if there was. There may have been. Anyway, I haven't looked at that at all. I've been getting abrasive stuff ready to go down and attack the steamroller bright surfaces with steel wool and probably some beeswax and some oil and some brasso and stuff. So that's a job for one of these weekends coming up. So anyway, that's what else is happening. I've decided to use this as a regulator tap for I'm chopping and changing all over the place here, and I apologise for that. It must be hard to follow. I've got this tap, right? I've checked it. I did sit down and check the threads on this. Right, it's got a nut on the bottom. Which I guess is for a pipe. And a nut on the top also for a pipe. Which would be like a ring and compression fitting of some sort, I don't know. But this is 1 inch Whitworth, 1 inch 11, or 1 inch, sorry, 1 inch BSP, which is 1 inch, inch and 3/16 or something, 11. So when we get this new casting going, we're going to stick that straight in the top like that. Keep the dirt out. And until something better comes up, that's a pretty good valve that might actually work on steam admission and stuff. So that's that. There's a bit of work in this casting to get it done. I probably just need to sit down for a weekend and actually machine it, and it'd probably be done. But there's a lot of work in the cylinder block before we get there. Here we go. Yeah. Maitland Steamfest this weekend. If anyone's going to Maitland, I'm a little bit jealous. Enjoy. I'd very much like to go, but it's not going to happen. I see pictures of people loading up engines to go, and that's pretty awesome, but I'm not one of those people. That was leading somewhere. Got no idea where that was leading. I had a topic of discussion on that, but anyway, didn't happen. Sorry, guys. It's a bit like that. Can't remember what that was about. Kimber's Alec, g'day. What's happening in the Kimber workshop? It put you right on the spot there. Turn this around so anyone can actually see it. A bit of advertising or such or whatever. Anyway. Okay, I saw that saw a truckload leaving Tamworth this morning on YouTube, on Facebook. Didn't offer to stop by and get the roller, so that's not going to happen. It's probably just as well, to be honest. Didn't get in. I was sort of thinking on Monday if I was feeling a bit better. Billy and his dad were heading down. Yeah, I saw that. I was going to get in on Monday. My idea was, the theoretical task for Monday was going to be to make these 5/8 studs the same as that. A bit like that, see? Is it a 5-in event? A sin event? A 5-inch event? At Maitland. Clarify, please. How to make the T-shape? Right. Good question. Excellent question. There you go. No, it's a full-size steam event. Yes, live steam event. Maitland Steamfest. Full size. There's probably some model engines as well, but there is absolutely some full-size traction engines and things. It's pretty serious sort of an event. Wouldn't mind going, but never happened. So I started off with a bit of square like this, right? And machined the ends as per the drawing or as per the ones I've got or whatever else, and threaded them and left them square in the middle. And then I set them up in the dividing head nice and flat on one side, and moved them around a couple of steps at a time till they come up to there, and machined that flat as well, and then measured them and milled them down until they were right, and then cleaned them up with a file. So that's what we ended up with. And then I set the dividing head up at like 30 degrees or something, and machined this on the same operation on each end. I made a brass holder for that, which was sort of successful. I call it. So that's how I did that, and that's how I'll do these. There's just 4 of these big ones. There's still 6 or 10 or something more of these little ones. Now we're back to potato corn footage. Sorry. There's 4 big ones go in the back of the steam chest. And there's 6 more of these for head studs, and then there's the rest as well. According to the drawing, there's quite a few more. So that was going to be a job that I was going to have done and out of the way, or at least started. And Tuesday would have made them, Monday would have made them, but I stayed in bed on Monday. No excuses for that, except I felt pretty miserable. So, rode the scooter today to work and back, which was really nice, all well to the train station and back. We've had some nice weather today, and hopefully it continues for the rest of the week. If it does, I'll keep riding. There we go. Some good weather's very nice. It doesn't happen very often. Miniature steam's sort of a bit, I'm feeling a bit, not browned off, but I'm feeling uninspired about miniature steam at the moment. Yeah, beer run sign for the roller, that's what we need. What else? I don't know if there's much else to share, guys. I really feel like I've probably pretty well threshed out everything that we might have that might be worth sharing with people. I don't know if I've really made a lot of progress on that. on anything. But it's great to catch up with you. Really enjoyed having you guys around. Tuning in on Wednesday night's great. Good to be surrounded by good friends. Is there much to do on the roller? What you haven't realised yet, Tea and Biscuits, and you probably need to have a talk about that, is that if you buy a live steam vehicle, no matter whether it's a little one or a big one, there is never a completed list of things to do on it. It's not one of those things that's ever going to happen. I'm sorry to put that out there. But I've just realised I've stuffed up the shading on that. Anyway. As far as having the thing running, we have a boiler inspection and test in June or something like that. So this will be its last run, Anzac weekend, the 27th or whatever it is. That'll be its last run before it's got everything pulled out for a steam boiler inspector for a test. So that's where we're at with that. It really needs a cladding back on after that. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it'd be very nice. It really needs a shed to go undercover, and that's a complicated and long. That's something that we're in the process of doing. There's always 1,000 jobs to do. If anyone wants to turn up for a weekend and spend some time doing stuff, there's cleaning to do. We could do another weekend's pressure cleaning without any problems at all. It needs a good scrub up. It could really do with some rubbing back and painting in places. It could do with... I'd like to pull the chimney off and fix the blower. That's something that needs doing at some point. The big job, I guess, of course, is to pull the back wheels off and have a look at the axles and gears and things and see what sort of condition they're really in. And just for peace of mind, and while we've got them off, is to put some rubber on them and some paint. So the trouble is with that, it's a $10,000 job, and it hasn't happened yet. There's a good and sufficient reason for that. Apart from that, it's a good, reliable engine, and it's not terrible. But there is never ever going to be a list of things that are completely ticked off and everything's nice. I could spend a lot more time on it. So that's where we are. And anyone who wants to give me a hand, I'd be pretty happy with that. Unlikely to happen. But never say never. And you just got to get down and do it. And the weather's been in our way a bit too, because every single time we've sort of been doing stuff in between rainstorms for the last few months. It's been pretty wet and miserable. And I'm not complaining at all. I think we're getting stuff done. But it's a slow and complicated and long process to make a lot of progress that needs to be done. And none of it really needs to be done. It's just cosmetic stuff and clean up and help before Glen Ray. Probably even before this road run the next weekend or so. Got to get in and do some cleaning. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I've said that already. Be kind to each other. Thanks for the likes, etc. More soon. Next weekend, I'll have had a weekend to actually do stuff in the workshop. We might have something to actually show you. Not just talking about stuff that may or may not happen. Hopes and dreams are sort of only a stone's throw away from hopes and prayers, really. But good to catch up, and more soon, guys. We'll see ya.